I wanted to finally circle back and talk about what I processed while staying outside of the space. A lot of people are coming back, showing up, changed, offering therapy. I'm seeing a lot of different things. I'm studying psychology. I don't know when I'm going to start offering a specific service around therapy, counseling. I don't know what I'm going to really do, but I'm going to start with this podcast / video conversations. And it is oftentimes I see in the ExJW community and pages where, people discuss this very regularly, very often, that there's a general feeling of othering all of the Jehovah's Witnesses wholesale. What I mean by that? Oh, they're the evilest people. Oh, they're such hypocrites. Oh, blah, blah, blah. And I'm here as a voice of third generation born in ExJW because it is utterly unhelpful to leave an organization that makes you believe things and rationalize things that internalize second-rate citizenship where you're less than when you're below because you've been disfellowshipped, you've made a mistake, you're wrong, or you ask the wrong questions. Then when you leave, people act like you can erase every little trace of this group and this way of life from yourself by walking away from it and calling it horrible and evil. Like me personally, my name is Betsarim. That's kind of like been a joke always, even when I was Jehovah's Witness. I can't Google my name because I'm going to find apostate content. I still don't Google my name because I just find a lot of berating comment, and that doesn't work. I mean, the registry of the past is important. Knowing what the people you are dealing with are doing is important. However, it's quite different to jump at somebody and say, why do you still have that name? It's the name of the cult. And I'm like, that is my given name. There's a lot about my personal life that is wrapped up in the past experience of a Jehovah's Witness, my development as a child. Recently, somebody was showing the JW memorabilia paraphernalia that people were posting and making a comment about it, like how disgusting. Look what they're doing after so many years of making us throw away crosses. And it's true. These things happened. Things were demonized. It's true. I mean, my earliest memory of something very mundane and normal and maybe even just created that was demonized was I was face painted. And at school, my grandparents saw it and they jumped and it's like, this is evil, Halloween, satanic, and freaked me the hell out. And I was 3 years old and I remember vividly spiraling into dissociation and freaking out because my grandparents and my aunts were all super worried. And now Jehovah was so mad at me and everyone was so upset. And it wasn't really that I was upset and scared about Jehovah. It was that they were so freaking panicky. A 3-year-old, like I had murdered someone. That stuck with me. So yes, there's a huge problem with the way that they treat things that are from the outside as demonic and evil, and you need to avoid it at all costs. And then there's this disconnect with the fact that creating, selling, using all these little icons is the same thing. And it's funny because it's something that is fairly new. It's something that is about the last 10 years maybe. Because before that, we didn't flaunt the JW, the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society logo with a little tower. We didn't do that. We were told to show our convention badges very often and very prominently, but it wasn't the same. So I keep thinking that it's a social change. It's a worldwide social change. It's like finally we're able to show a little bit of ourselves online and a little bit about what we believe in an accessible way, which feels like it's accessible because it's digital content. Okay, a website is a digital content. It's modern innovation that it makes you feel like you're part of the times. It's the first time, in my opinion, that Jehovah's Witnesses are allowed to think that they're being cool and normal. And I mean, when they put out the music, it was also like, oh, suddenly we have a radio station too. It was like coming out of being underground in a bunker. And for most people who have left for a long time and don't have compassion for the children born in 3-4 generations, where you were taught that this is the only thing, this is the only truth. I mean, the brainwashing was so intense. We were like, don't read books from the world because Satan mixed up their beliefs, and that's why they believe the things that they believe. So even biology and science is evil. And when you're little and your survival depends on these people telling you that, and them being okay with what you do because you're obeying, there's no chance. You have to be, I noticed from our family groups that you have to be somebody who's not very eloquent and doesn't read into things deeper than the face value to not connect. Like I had a relative who, I think she has dyslexia, and she had a big difficulty explaining a lot of prophetic interpretations. And I was a kid and she was an adult, and she would talk about it, and she would not agree with you that it's a cult because her experiences are so superficial. Her understanding of it is so superficial. But someone who understands very deeply and is very young and knows, I am going to get kicked out, it's intense, it's all-encompassing, and at some point, not everyone gives up at the same time, but people give up thinking independently, especially if you were taught that that was rebellion and that was evil. Because I was beat for asking the wrong question, for having a different opinion, and a lot of times it was things I heard from the stage that I'd read and connected the dots and went, that makes no sense, this is what it means. And then it would be like, Trouble Town. So if I look back at the Jehovah's Witnesses who are inside right now, who are participating in things that seem very questionable based on what we were taught in the 80s and in the 90s, and we're going, what? Are you crazy? Do you understand that there's people who've been hounded for years for no reason, because obviously now it's okay, for a lot of different changes that have been made? Does that not give you a reason for outrage? No, not. Most of them are not feeling outrage, they're feeling relief, because finally they're getting to come out of the underground bunker, because that was what life was like. We were sheltered. And so when you see a Jehovah's Witness frolicking around, posing in front of a JW statuette, instead of calling them idolatrous, maybe have some compassion and try to see that they're finally allowed to join modern world in some twisted little way. It sucks if you look at it from the perspective of someone who's already outside. But for them, it's kind of like, hey, we can do more things. We can have more fun. We can be ourselves. We can express ourselves. And it's like little children getting the chance to go to a party for the first time. And now you're allowed to say happy birthday. I don't know if that's true yet, but there's a bunch of things like that. And we weren't allowed to do all those things when we were little. And now that Jehovah allows it, because everyone's believing that, now that Jehovah allows it, oh my God, what a kindness. I can have fun with normal people again. I can get along with more people. I can expand my ministry, because they're still inside of the movie of this is how things are. And a lot of us are left. We don't think like that anymore. But if you turn on your compassion glasses, you'll see it, and then you can understand what they're doing. And I'm not joining them back, and I'm not going to enjoy any piece of content from that. I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to go for it. I'm not interested, because I made my decision. Now that I'm an adult, I was able to weigh the facts, weigh the information, and deem it not enough. It's many the person. Which is funny, but yeah, you've been weighed and you've been found uh, def- deficient. Therefore, goodbye. And that's the reason why you're out. And to me, it's very simple. And I know that for born in people, that's impossible. How could you possibly know all of these things and reject them? Something must be wrong with your brain. And I'm like, you're allowed to believe that because you are. But I'm not going to spend more years thinking something's wrong with other people's brains because they won't believe what I believe. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, they're going to have to live through the whole thing themselves. Right? And I have to choose what I'm going to live through. And I have to choose what I stand for. And what I stand for is informing families sufficiently in the community to know not to expose their children to this organization, because children should not be subjected to severe extreme training about doomsday life cults. And the problem is, this is not limited to Jehovah's Witnesses. It is a very, very broad problem among a bunch of fundamentalist belief systems. It's also a huge problem among other groups that I'm not going to mention today because it's not the scope of this video. But I do have a strong opinion about letting kids be kids and not forcing them to fill in some kind of convention that we have decided as adults to adopt. Let the kids grow and be kids, explore the world, and learn for themselves at a proper age of 25 and up. And then let them get themselves, inducted into whatever school of thought, belief system they think they want to. And hopefully, if we have put a good foundation for them, they will make good choices that are helpful to others, that protect the weak, that help those in need, and that actually build a world that's better. And I don't know if anybody's noticing, but we really need to work on that, like collectively, outside of, religions and all that stuff. So that was my first video. And with that, I say bye. Let's talk again next time.